YouTube family, what is up? So in this video, I'm going to share with you the exact step-by-step how to actually set up your wholesaling real estate business. So that way you can start off the right way. So I'm going to share exactly how to do it. So if you enjoy this video, make sure to show your boy King Khang some love. Boom, smash the thumbs up. If you're new to the family, welcome to the Wholesale to Million family. Be sure to boom, smash that subscribe button and give this video a share. And if you have any question throughout the entire video, make sure you drop it in the comment and I'll try to answer as many questions as I can. But before we get into that, I do want to make an announcement. For those of you who don't know, I just launched my first book ever on Amazon. And just within 2 days, we are right now at number 2, all right, in the real estate sector. Number 2, just one behind Bigger Pockets. But we are number 1 on home-based business. And all of that is thanks to each and every single one of you that have been helping and supporting me throughout this journey. So for those of you, I hire a ghostwriter, and we have spent countless of hours, and I've put so much time and money into this book. Never ever in my life I thought that one day high school dropout can actually have his own book. And I have a lot of you ask me, so Khang, what is a good wholesale or real estate book to get into specifically for wholesaling? And when I first started, there was no book that I've read. But today I can tell you, this is the only one that you need, my friend. It's The Secret to Wholesaling Real Estate Completely Virtual. I basically took 12 years of my knowledge and experience, over 1,000 YouTube video, jam-pack it all into this book, and pretty much cut out all the BS, all the nonsense. So that way we get straight to the point. Because the book only has 43 pages, but it has everything you need. I share exactly with you when I first started out, the tips, the tricks, the hacks, the secrets on how to close your first deal completely virtual. All you need is just right here, man. A laptop, a phone, and internet. And you too, my friend, can do it. Now, for those of you, if you're interested, if you want to go and grab a copy of the book, just go there. Go to the link, WTMbook.com. Now, here's what I'm going to include with the book for those of you that's going to get it. And and I set a timer on this. So you got 48 hours to actually do this. So if you grab the book, if you have Kindle, it's free. If not, it's $1.99. But if you grab the book and just drop me a review, here's what you're going to get along with the book. You're going to get a free ARV calculator. For those of you like, Khang, I don't know how to run comps. This, my friend, will help make your life so much easier. You also will get a rehab calculator. So if you don't know how to estimate rehab costs, boom. This, my friend, literally all you do is you just punch in numbers, boom. And it tells you exactly how much it costs to rehab that property. And then I'm also going to include a never ever before done is an unedited recording call between my VA, me, and the seller that we actually close the property under contract. So from the seller calling in to my VA qualifying filter that seller, to locking the seller up under contract, and just getting the deal sold. All of that recording is going to send to you completely for free. And for the first 10 people who actually got the book and dropped me a review, like if I could have gave this book away for free, I would have. But Amazon, like the lowest they allow me to do is $1.99. So for me, it's not about making money on the book. But for me, man, it's like, when I was in high school, my teacher used to tell me I need to graduate it. Otherwise, I would never going to do anything with my life. And all the bullies, telling me that, hey, like I, come from another, I basically come here from another country. So for me, I was going to work at a factory for the rest of my life. So for me, this is like the next level. If I can come back and just tell my teacher, listen, even a high school dropout can have a book, but not just any book, the #1 spot on Amazon. So I share that. It's not to impress you, but impress upon you, because I cannot do this without your guys' help. And that's why we just within 2 days of launching the book, we have already reached number 2. Boom. So anyways, if you guys want to go and grab and support me, that would be great. But in return, those are all the few freebies that I'm going to give back to you to help take your real estate game to the next level. And then in 48 hours, I'm going to pick 10 winners. Random winner, and then I'm also going to random winners, and I'm going to send 10 of you some special gift. And I'm not going to announce it. So make sure you go there, get the link, go get it, and let's rock and roll. Hold on a second. Okay. So this is going to be the step-by-step to actually now launching your wholesaling business. So step number one is that you need to get your LLC set up. Okay, so you need to get your LLC set up. Now, do you need an LLC to start wholesaling? The answer is no. You don't need an LLC to start wholesaling. All right, but for those of you who wants to actually get an LLC, here's the first step to set up your LLC. Number one is you got to get your LLC set up so you can actually do it yourself. You can go to LegalZoom.com. So you can go to LegalZoom.com and you can do it yourself. Now let's break down the LLC, the structure of the LLC, and which one would you choose? Okay, so the LLC either is a sole proprietor, which is just you, or it could be a partnership, which is maybe you and someone else, okay? And that's pretty much it. Now, until your company can make $100K a year, then you don't need to worry about putting in an S Corp. So the S Corp is gonna save you more money on taxes. But unless your company makes $100,000 plus a year, you don't need to worry about putting in an S Corp. So it's either a sole proprietor or a partnership LLC. So this LegalZoom is something you can do yourself. But for those of you who's like, Khang, I don't want to mess with this. I'm going to share with you who I use to set up all of my LLC. And they're not that expensive, not more than compared to if you're going to do it yourself. I put the link in the description. For those of you who's like, Khang, I just want to hire someone and make sure that it's done right. Because I do believe that getting your business license set up correctly is extremely important. Not just tax benefit, but it also protects you later on down the road. Okay, so the next thing is once you get your LLC set up, the next thing you want to get your operating agreement. Okay, your operating agreement. That's the next step. Now you get your LLC, you got your operating agreement, and then the next thing is now you got to get your bank account set up. So you can go to a bank and you want to open up a saving and a checking. Okay, and all the bank needs from you. Oh, I'm sorry, I actually missed a step. So before you go to the bank, once you get your operation agreement set up, you need to get your EIN. You need to get your EIN number set up. And this is like the social security number to your business. So it's like you know how we have our own social security number, which identify who we are? Well, your business needs an EIN number. And that's the EIN number is where you're going to use to file all your taxes. Now, once you have your operating agreement, your EIN, and your LLC, now you go to the bank and you open up a saving and a checking account. And because this is what the bank's going to need. They need your LLC, your operating agreement, and an EIN number to get your bank account set up. And literally all of this, it might seems like hold on. Sorry, it might look like a lot of stuff, but you can get all of this set up literally under 2 days. Under 2 days. Okay, so once you get this set up, you got your saving your account set up, make sure, this is very, very important, that you do not commingle the funds. So if personal use, make sure it's personal use. If it's business, make sure it's business. So you don't want to commingle the funds. Make sense? So if anything that is buying through your business, make sure that it goes through your business account. Now that we got that set up, now that you got your LLC, everything all set up, let's move on to the next step. The next one is getting your CRM set up. For those of you who don't know what I mean by CRM, this is basically like your notebook, your go-to. Okay, your CRM. Those of you who keeping track of your leads on a notebook, dude, those are so old school. You need a CRM. This is your go-to. This is where your employee, your VA, everybody goes to. So there is what's called Podio. So Podio is free, right? So for those of you starting out, you got very little or no money, Podio is free. But what I'm using right now, we have switched it over to REI Ship. This is the next level. It is a pay but it's the next level. Man, this is so powerful. Let me share with you why REI SIF is so powerful. And I also left the link in the descriptions for those of you who can actually afford REI SIF. I think it's like $100 something a month, right? So subscription, it's like $100 something a month. But let me tell you what their CRM is capable of doing. And this, my friend, is going to blow you away. We just recently switched over. Mind blowing. Okay. So they are actually the one-stop shop. Let me share with you what I mean by that. So in their CRM, you can skip trace, you can do SMS, you can actually call. Basically your dialer. Everything in one platform. Imagine that. So that way you don't have to go to like different multiple source. REI SIF, one-stop shop, boom. You call the seller straight from your CRM. You don't have to go to a different platform to call them. Make sense? So that way you track all your leads in one platform. Once again, for those of you who wants the link, I left the link in the descriptions. I think you get a little bit discount with my affiliate link. Okay. So this is where you track your seller leads and your buyer leads. Your CRM, my friend, has to be organized. And a lot of time it takes longer to build up the foundation. So it might take you a lot of time to get your CRM set up properly, functional, right? The way that you want it. But then later on down the road, it's going to make your life so much easier and so easier to scale and grow your actual business. It's because from now, once you get your CRM set up correctly, it's more of a plug and play. So let's say if you get an employee that just quit, literally, you plug someone else in, you go through the funnel, boom, everything just like plug and play. That's why you're not depending on one employee. Like they quit, you'll be like, oh my God, I don't know what's going on in my business. I don't know how to handle this. But also too is make sure when you do set up your CRM, just record everything. That way, when you bring on a new employee or a new VA, they can just watch the video. So it's basically like a training video. Make sense? And once again, you guys, if you have any question throughout this whole thing, just drop it down below and I'll answer any question you guys got. So let me take a break and do some Q&A. Khang, congrats on the book. Oh my gosh. Heck, thank you so much. Once again, you guys, each and every single one of you that went and got the book and dropped me the review, which is the most important part, and got us to #2 on Amazon just within 2 days. I'm just so grateful, so blessed. I'm just so humble. And I want to say thank you so much. And to me, seeing all the review and how you guys love the book so much, it's like easy to read, straightforward, everything that you needed. And it makes all the hard work really paid off because we really put a lot of effort into making this the best it can be. So honestly, seeing you guys enjoying it, loving it, and all the feedback makes all the hard work truly worth it. For real. And once we hit #1, I'm actually going to go home and actually show my mom. When we hit #1, we got a long way to go. Heat777, can you sell us a VA training video to show your VA? So Heat, I don't have a VA training video that I can sell to you guys. But everyone that's in my Wholesaling Academy, I am going to send over a training of my VA. I think it's like a 30 minutes or 30-minute long video where my VA literally go through how we hire, how we train the VA, how we qualify them, what do we train them on, all of that, like every little itty bitty. And I'm going to share that with everyone that's in the, I say my Wholesale Community Academy, but I don't have anything like that for sale. I apologize. Is 1,000 house to call enough to get a deal? I'm one of your King Kong seller scripts. I'm starting today. The answer is, I would say the answer would be yes. If you make 1,000 call, but it's not 1,000 call, my friend, it's how many seller you can actually talk to. That's what's important, right? How many seller can you talk to? In my opinion, if you're able to talk to at least 1 to 500 seller, 1 to 500 seller. And if you can't get a prop in a contract, my friend, it means that you need to record your call and you need to listen. It means that you probably don't know how to handle the objections, and how to negotiate and actually close the seller. And that's probably a lot of your guys' weakness, in my opinion, because that was my weakness when I first started my real estate journey. Is I didn't know what to say, how to overcome their objections, and how to actually negotiate. So a lot of time when you don't know what to say or how to say it correctly, you will obviously scare the seller off. And it could have been a deal, but end up not a deal because you just don't know how to handle the call because you come off very scammy and very like amateur, like so fresh, so new that you don't even know what's going on. Okay. But I do believe if you talk to 1 to 500 seller, you should be able to get one deal on the contract. And let me share this with you. For those of you who's like, Khang, I don't know if wholesaling is even possible. Let me share this with you. And after I share this with you, you will understand how possible to make $10,000, $20,000 a month from wholesaling. Now, some of you complain about not being 3 months into the game, all right, and not be able to close a deal. But you don't complain, or maybe you do, working at a job for the entire year just to make the average income in America is $56K. And nobody, why? Well, they do, but they don't do anything about it. But just within 3 months of trying to build your own business and wholesale, you already want to quit. You whine and complain like a little bitch every single day, but you're working on building your own business. Imagine, so my average wholesale deal is $20,000 to $25,000 per deal, one deal. That's the average wholesale deal for me, where in my state, Washington State. But I think the typical average wholesale deal is ranging between $10,000 to $20,000. So let's just go ahead and use $10,000 as the minimum wholesale fee. So even in 3 months, if you just get one deal on the contract, that makes you $10K. That's an extra $40,000 a year. $40,000 a year. And I'm talking about working part-time. I'm talking about just putting one to maybe 3 hours a day out of building your own business, pulling a list, calling, talking to the seller, or sending text message. And then what you do is you continue to live on this income, take this money, and then start scaling, and then start growing and scaling your wholesaling business, which means now you don't have to grind as hard. Here's what I mean. Now you can take the $10K and spend it in marketing. You can now send out postcard. You can send out postcard. You can do SMS. You can send out letters. So now instead of you pounding the phone calling the seller, you continue to work at the job and just have to read the seller contact you. That's exactly how I would do it, my friend. But do you see how possible this is? That's all. So you're telling me in 3 months, you can't just, you cannot close one deal? The reason you can't is because you're either not consistent with your marketing, you're not putting in the work. That's it. If you put in the work, if you do what you're supposed to do, 3 months, putting 1 to 3 hours out per day, to me, $10K a month, dude, easy. Honestly, easy. And I do truly believe that what we do as a real estate wholesaler is so easy. You can literally sit on your couch, sit in your backyard. You can literally sit in the beach and just making phone call. Like I see people that construction worker, dude, that's hard. Truck driver. So I have student that's a truck driver. They're always away from their family. They're either driving or they're sleeping. If not, they're eating and they're driving. That's tough. 12, 14 hours a day just driving and time away from your family. And then I see construction worker. Dude, they're out in the heat. That's tough. So I don't know why you don't understand that all we do is we're just sitting in a nice air conditioner house and making phone calls just to land a deal that can make you $10,000. Like I said, $10,000 is like the minimum. But watch this. Even let's just say, that for the entire year, you don't think that for the entire year, you can't just close 2 deals that $25K a pop? $25,000 per deal. You got a whole entire year to do it. The reason why a lot of you are not being able to do this is because you're always trying to get rich quick. When you go into something, your mind is already like, I'll try. It's not about I try, my friend. It's about commitment and just freaking relentless commitment and dedication. That's it. When I say commitment, it just means that you choose, this is what I want to do, and I'm going to spend the next year just to do this. Figure the shit out, put in the work, and then the result will come, my friend. That's all it is. But it's just a lot of people cannot commit. That's your problem. And once they do commit, because once you commit, my friend, you're willing to do whatever it takes, right? You know, and I talk about this all the time, is priority. Like, what are you doing on the weekend? Instead of like hustling, calling, making calls, or sending message, or making deals, if you're out partying, clubbing, drinking, barbecuing, watching sports, playing video games, listen, my friend, just don't lie to yourself. You already choose your priority. Your priority was to have fun, right? Hang out with friends and family, go on vacation, go clubbing. Like, that's your priority. And that's why you're stuck at the J-O, the B, and you're stuck in the rat race. You cannot escape it because you choose to do what's fun, easy, and convenience. Successful people, they always choose what's hard because they know what they know if they do what they need to do, their life will be easier. That's just how it is. So this guy asked me, so I went to a restaurant yesterday to eat. And the guy asked me, he said, well, no, this is what he said. He said, Khang, like, I remember when I was 40. So I'm 39, I'm turning 40 this January. And he's like, Khang, you're 40, man, because obviously he saw me driving in a baby Rari. And he said, you're so far ahead of me compared to when I was 40. And you know what I asked him? I said, well, I basically said, I basically just told him, like, I just got lucky, but I asked him this question because I don't want to come off like, oh my God, arrogant, cocky. Typically, I'm not. So I asked him. So I said, what do you do in your 20s? That's exactly what I asked him. I said, thank you so much for the kind word. It's just I got lucky and this and that, but I asked him, what do you do in your 20s? He said he was just having fun, partying. I said, well, guess what I was doing in my 20s? I said I was living in a little shed behind a mobile home park. All I did was eat, work, and sleep. And that's the answer. So hold on, I gotta text the wife. Okay, so Sarah said, I'm 23, I'm committed. I have made $300K in wholesaling. You see, it's not just me. Look it. So I'm gonna post a link. I love to invite you on this live. So I'm gonna post a link here. I can't even pronounce your name, I apologize. But I love for you to jump on and just give a little tips and some advice for those that are starting out. You're 23, I've made $300K in wholesaling. This is awesome. So there's the link, man. You want to click on that link. If you guys have any one of you have any questions, click that link. I'd love to bring you on live. We got about 7 more minutes and I'm going to wrap this up. Once again, for those of you want to grab the book to get rocking and rolling, honestly, this is the only book if you want to succeed in wholesaling. The only. Right there. What up, bro?
What's happening?
What's happening, dude? Hey, what's your name?
Kieran. I'm in Ireland, in Europe. I've been wholesaling for the past 3 or 4 years, flipping land. And we've been growing the business. I started it part-time, doing on weekends and evenings while doing my degree. And now I'm going full-time, scaling up, hiring VAs, going through the scaling struggles. But it's been a bit of a roller coaster, but you just got to keep on pushing on it, just like I really find your YouTube channel to be inspirational to me, to keep me going. And we've had some massive wins, you can make 70,000, per on a deal. We have a massive deal now that we're buying for 50. It's worth 200. We do a lot of kind of wholesale, like we buy, take down, and then resell. But it's just commitment. You gotta want it more than everybody else. And I think that's, a lot of people sign up to these courses and don't take action. You have to take action to make it successful. And like if I can do it, anybody can do it. I'm in Ireland and Europe, and I have to figure all this stuff out, being international, and it can be done.
Bro, dude, I gotta say, first off, man, I gotta say thank you so much for jumping on and giving back to the people. Now, you're all the way from Ireland, and you're wholesaling in the U.S., correct?
Correct. I have to get a U.S. company set up and all this sort of.
Bro, this is so freaking awesome, because I have so many people that ask me. So let's break this down. So for those of you in like another country, dude, I have students that's from like Australia. They actually wholesale here in the U.S. or even in Canada. So let's just show the people how it's done, man. So how do we actually do this completely from like a different country? What's the first step that they need to do, bro?
So I paid for some professional accountants and stuff to give me some advice on how to do it. So it's a bit complicated. So we have a good bit of cost each year in doing our US tax filings and our Irish taxes. But what we have is we have a US C corporation set up, and I had to get a bank account. I had to find a bank. I rang like 60 different banks. A load of places don't take foreign accounts. There are banks like Mercury, for example, that you can get an account with. And then there's this thing called FIRPTA, which is the Foreign Interest in Real Property Tax Act. So it's a withholding tax for non-residents. So there's a few hoops to jump through. But once you get, what I would say is just do your first deal personally in your own name, and there might be some withholding taxes. But once you've got a tax problem, then hire a CPA to help fix it, basically.
Got it. So, bro, what you're saying is that the best route to go about this is you need a CPA and an attorney, correct?
So I had a US CPA and I have my local CPA here in Ireland as well. And they talk to each other and say, look, this is what we think you should do. It was a few $1,000s to get that advice. And it was kind of basically I had no money. So I had to make it work from there. And then I got set up with a corporation online. It's not an LLC. That was the tax advice that I got. It might be an LLC for some of the people that sign up. And then for signing over on deeds and stuff, we use a corporate resolution, which appoints a lady in the States to sign documents for me. And I found a lady on Thumbtack, just like an assistant that just signs documents when I need something to get notarized. We use a corporate resolution. It's a DocuSign, appoint signing power to the lady. And we're probably going to do 30 deals this year. So
nice.
And we've kind of got it streamlined now. It's fairly easy once you've got it all set up.
Absolutely. So what is your guys' average deal as far as in like, so you guys only wholesale vacant land?
Correct.
Gotcha. And what is your average deal on a vacant land?
So it's been averaging about 25,000 off direct mail, and now we're starting to do text messaging, which is our margin has gone down a little bit this year as we're looking to do more volume of transactions. We're really trying to push on the volume of transactions. We've been buying land for 25, 30 cents on the dollar, and now we're starting to pay 40 and 50 cents on the dollar just to make more deals happen. Like I just locked one up on the phone there a few minutes ago. I was gonna. The lady wanted 10,000 for the property, and I said, look, it's in a dumpy area. Like, what's the best you could do on the price? I don't want to beat you up too much. And she said, 7, and I was going to offer her 8. So let the seller negotiate. Let them negotiate against themselves. And the property is probably worth 30, but we might end up selling for 25. You don't know. You want to try and maximize the margin of safety on it. Most of the deals work out, but some of them don't. My last couple of deals.
And where are you guys wholesaling these vacant land?
It's California, New York, Texas, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Delaware, Rhode Island. I've been kind of all over the map.
Nice, man. Now, as far as in vacant land, what is the criteria? Like, what are you guys looking for?
We're kind of 4 acres and above, where there's
Okay.
activity of land selling. We just try and find areas that have demand. It's really not that complicated compared to like houses. It's a much more simpler, and there's more motivated sellers, and we just do more marketing in areas that work. So we test a few different markets, and
Nice.
we're doing about 2,500 direct mail pieces a week, and 1,000 text messages a day. We kind of only recently started the texting, so we're trying to scale up to 5 or 6 transactions a
Nice.
month is the kind of objective.
Nice. Do you guys do any cold calling?
Not yet, but we're looking at doing. Sorry, I don't know if you can hear if it's a bit too loud. We're looking at doing multi-touch campaigns where we're going to start off texting, then maybe implementing cold calling. We want to get texting down first before I go add too much stuff, because before I've kind of rushed adding more and more things,
Sure.
and then it doesn't work. So we need to figure out texting. Then we'll eventually add in cold calling and then direct mail. So cheap to most expensive, and try and dominate the markets that we're in.
Nice, bro. So before I let you go, dude, what is the best list to hit when it comes to vacant land?
Out of county owners, 85% of our deals. 85% of our deals are out of county. You know, they need to be a couple of hours away from the property so that they're less sure about the value. If you live a block down from the property, chances are you know what it's worth.
Yep, I got you, bro. Now, as far as like vacant land goes, why does it have to be 4.5 acre plus?
We've run into issues with infill lots with setback requirements and building requirements and enough space and septic and perk tests and all that sort of stuff. So I kind of had issues with smaller lots. Now, granted, if you know the market well, you can go after those smaller lots, but the bigger lots tend to be more forgiving, and they're better for beginners.
Gotcha. Dude, hey, bro, I want to say we're running out of time. I appreciate you so much, dude. Thank you so much for jumping on, man.
Thank you. You've been watching the channel for years, so thanks very much. Keep it up.
I appreciate it. So right now, basically, you're probably in a situation where you're looking to scale and probably escape. Dude, I was stuck in this for a very long time. Like, scale up your wholesaling business, right? But as you scale, a lot of time we tend to work even more and even harder in our wholesaling business. So what has helped me is that being able to take a couple step back. So there were months where we just really slow, right? Because we decreased our marketing as we try to put systems, put teams, process in place. So we actually scale back before we can actually scale forward. So sometimes for me, what works for me is taking a few steps back, getting everything organized, your foundation set, your teams, your process, your system, and everything in place. And then boom, once you have that, we bust back our marketing, and it just took off from there. So anyways, you guys, for those of you, if you have any questions, anything else, drop it in the comment below. For everyone that's able to join me live, thank you so much for the love, for the support. Once again, if you haven't checked out the book, please go get one, and I'll leave the link right here. Hold on a second. Boom. And to everyone that actually goes and grab the book and drop me a review, just know that from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate each and every single one of you so much. But we're trying to take over the #1 spot on Amazon, and hopefully with you guys' help, we can get there hopefully soon. Until next time, you guys, take care, and let's go get this money. Ciao.